Hello, this is Nosity Tarot, and I'm here with a pick a card reading. Today's topic is going to be messages from your guides, angels, ancestors, whoever it is that you get your messages from. It is messages that you are not receiving, so what you haven't been picking up on. I'm going to actually show you what signs they are trying to use to communicate with you, and hopefully we can get you some guidance that way, or at least some messages you didn't know about. So, I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. For those of you that like stones, I have black onyx, I have malachite, I have not rainbow quartz, I have rose quartz, and I have a hematite stone. So please take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. You can pause the video and take some time to think about which one you want to pick. The timestamps will be in the description box below. And I'm going to start with this one here, group 1. Hi, group 1. Okay, so this is for those that have picked the black onyx. This is your reading. So I'm going to actually look a little bit at what signs you're missing, because that's kind of what the whole thing is about. So for signs in your life that you are missing for when they want to get your attention, as of recently, let's see. Well, we have Sun and Bear. I feel like this may be an actual feeling, like a looming sort of feeling, like a heavy sort of presence maybe. You might feel like somebody's watching you, or you may feel like there's like a big strength or like a strong feeling around you, like how to describe this, like a motherly presence, because these are good guides, these are good guardians. These are out to protect you and help you. So with these two, I just feel like there's a very warm presence. It's very kind of comfortable. This, for some of you, could be a grandmother, a great-grandmother, a mother even, a mother figure, someone who's passed on that is interested in connecting with you about this topic. And they kind of try to give you signs that they're there by this warmth, this sense of like warmth and protection. So this one might be hard to actually pick up on because it's like you'll feel at ease maybe for some of you. Another way that I could see this is that you guys may be waking up early, like really early, like maybe before the sun gets up. Maybe you find that you're just not sleeping very well and you're getting up really, really early for some reason. You just kind of just wake up like that. And maybe that's a sign that they're trying to get your attention by waking you up. Now, what's interesting is this can also be, you might be hearing voices before you go to sleep or in the early morning when you're just waking up. But I feel like this is more going to be geared towards the morning. So maybe you're hearing people talking when you're just waking up. Maybe you've been having some very strong, I wouldn't say dreams, just because the sun isn't really here to indicate a dream per se. But there is like a warm presence. It may be kind of energized instead of, for some of you, because it is a general reading. So every one of you is going to have a similar thing happening, but in unique ways to you. So I'm trying to cover all my bases. So the sun could also be like, you might kind of feel like jazzed or like have some kind of weird energetic presence. Another one is you might be seeing bears. You might be seeing a lot of bears, like in real life, maybe actual bears where you live. Another way to see this is, maybe there's bear imagery that keeps popping up. I would say don't go nuts with it though. Every time you see a bear, it's not going to be a notification from them. It's like if you see a bear 3, 4, 5 times in one day, then they're trying to get your attention perhaps. But overall, I think the majority of you are going to be feeling like this kind of big, warm, sort of looming presence. You may feel at ease out of nowhere. So that's what I'm seeing. That's how I feel like they are connecting with you. Now, for some of you, if you see either of these pictures here, like suns or bears or something, and you're telling me, or and you're thinking, oh no, is that what that is? Let me know in the comment section what these are to you. That way I can expand my vocabulary and see how it applies in real life. So if you're seeing these and you're like, oh my God, I know what that means, let me know. I'm actually really curious. So what else do I have here? So what they want you to know about, I've taken some cards here to tell me the topic of their concern, the thing that they want to tell you about. So this row of cards is only going to be telling me what they want to be telling you about, or the topic of it. It's not going to be any advice right there. I have other cards for that. So what I am seeing here is the 11th house. So it'll be one of these topics for all of you. You have to use your best judgment. But 11th house topics are your future plans, your goals, your aspirations, and your friends groups, your communities on the closer scale, like like internet communities or clubs that you're in, or societies that you're a part of. That's what this 11th house is here. It is also talking about progress and freedom and not expansion, but not expansion in like the Sagittarius way, but expansion as in the hopeful future way. And I think that's what they want to talk to you about. So with the 6 of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and then the Magician, this looks like this has something to do with money, maybe teaching, when it comes to these groups. So maybe you're giving money to these groups. Maybe these groups are giving money to you. Maybe there's an imbalance when it comes to what you're offering these people and what you're getting back, perhaps. Maybe this is something that you get paid for. This can also talk about coworkers, by the way. This 11th house can also be saying there's some issue here with your coworkers. This could talk about giving things, receiving things with these people. Maybe they're not grateful for it, or maybe maybe it's complicating things in some way. This does look like it could be an exchange of services that you're really good at. Perhaps this is what it's talking about. So you should know what this is. If not, you can pick a different pile. But the Page of Pentacles talks about a message, perhaps, or money, a message about money coming in, maybe regarding this here. This can also, to me, talk about when it's goals and aspirations. This could be talking about school and paying for school, and trying to determine what your focus should be, because this, I feel, is like your future aspirations. It's not 9th house. I know 9th house is higher education, but I'm feeling like the 11th house here is discussing those higher aspirations for yourself, because this is more than just, oh, what school should I go to? What major? This is saying, what are you planning for the rest of your life? And that might encompass school and your career. So it's kind of like a bit of everything there, but under this big umbrella of the 11th house. So this is they want to tell you something about this. So what they want you to know about these topics, and I'm going to move these guys out of the way so you can get more room here. You have Mars as what they have to say to you about it. You have purpose, and you have compromise. So purpose says, I know what I am here to do. And Mars is talking about your will, your force of will, your ability to get up and go. It's saying you need to act, but it's also saying that you need to make the effort to compromise with somebody involving this topic of school or work. And purpose might be, maybe you're at odds perhaps with somebody in your family or someone else regarding, your group, your community, or your purpose, or what maybe you need to assert what your purpose is in your group that you're talking about. Maybe if you're in a work environment where your coworkers don't appreciate you, I think that maybe it's saying that you need to assert that you have a purpose, that you have a drive, and then you need to, show them that. Mars is your fighting spirit. they're telling you to stand up for yourself. And however, they're not telling you to dominate or attack. They're saying to compromise. So if you're kind of letting things happen to you and you're not standing up for yourself in regards to a topic like this, like I said, it could be work, it could be friends, it could be your goals, aspirations. You might have someone standing in your way in regards to your goals and aspirations, but it's saying that you need to stand up for yourself and say, listen, I'm not going to sit for this. I'm not just going to let you steamroll me and dominate me. I'm going to tell you what I can allow, and we can compromise that way. So that's really what they want you to say, is that if you're accepting something that isn't 100% what you want, I mean, that is kind of what a compromise is, but they think that you are selling yourself short, perhaps, on what you're allowing to happen and what you're allowing into your life. So their advice to you is to rethink this. You need to assert your purpose, assert that you have a purpose, and stay on course. Part of having a purpose is having a course of action. So they want you to stay in that course of action. However, you do have to be a little bit more flexible and compromise. So if you are hard on like one side or the other, whether it's like all my way or the highway, or do whatever you want, I don't care, you need to find that middle ground, because you need to either take control or loosen up a little bit, because it's going to jeopardize the relationships that you have within this 11th house stuff. So your coworkers and your friends or your community. So you need to keep that in mind. So that's what I have for you, group 1. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know what you think. Again, here are those images that are signs they're trying to leave you. We have sun and bear. Let me give you a closer look. So if you see anything in these cards that make you think, oh, that's what that sign is, please let me know. I'm really curious, and I'll show you the sun. So I don't know, maybe it's not talking about the sun here. It could be talking about like the Parthenon or Greece or something. These are images that they are communicating with. So maybe it's not supposed to like be a part of your personality, really. It's supposed to be like, okay, I keep seeing pictures of a sun. I keep seeing pictures of Greece. I keep seeing pictures of Athena, something like that. Those could be the signs that you're looking for, okay? So I want to thank you for watching. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can get my link to my Etsy shop in the description box below. I've got readings that start at $10, very affordable. If you're interested in getting a $1.99 reading with Keen, you can use Keen.com. You get 10 minutes for $1.99 if you're new to psychic readings and you want to test it out. That's a good option. If you like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. My goal is to get to 8,000 subscribers this year, so please help me out with that if you like what I do. And I want to thank you for watching. I'm going to move on to group 2. Hello, group 2. This is for those of you that picked a Malachite. This is your reading. So, what do I got here? So, I'm going to start with these 2 Lenormand cards. These are the signs that you will be seeing when they're trying to contact you about this topic right now. So, you may be seeing these things and not knowing that they're trying to contact you, but what I see here is a beautiful woman. You may be seeing a beautiful woman that catches your eye. It could be a family member. It could be a picture. This is kind of what I'm seeing with this here. I'm feeling it might be a picture of a woman, or the scent or perfume of somebody. This could be flowers, or flowers that were significant to a female in your life. I think that this is probably likely the sign that they're trying to get a hold of you, because you have I think that this might be like somebody personal to you. I don't think that this is somebody that you're not familiar with. I think this is someone you've already met who's passed on, perhaps. And with the flowers here, I'm thinking that this could have something to do with flowers. Things might be happening in a garden. Things might be happening around flowers that you were like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like, maybe you saw a flower bloom really, really early and it's like February and you're like, that's really strange. So maybe those types of signs and synchronicities are the things you're seeing that you're not really paying attention to, and you're not really keeping track of what you're thinking about when you see these things. So that's kind of the thing here is, so when you see things, when you see pictures of this person, or repeated pictures of this person, like I said, it's most likely somebody that you know. But if for some reason it's like, I don't know, like Scarlett Johansson or something, I don't know, or somebody named Rose, or somebody with like a flower name keeps coming up repeatedly, they may want you to take attention to what you're thinking about around that time, and they may want to give you a message regarding that. But I do sense that this is probably related to either a picture, or the person keeps coming up in this person could keep coming up in conversation. The name Daisy, the name Rose, the name Heather. What's another flower name? Jasmine. That's kind of what I'm thinking of. So, those names might be coming up. Lily, did I say Lily? That's another one. Yeah, Daisy, Lily, Jasmine. I don't know if there's another one I can think of. But yeah, this could be a flower name, a person with a flower name that is continuing to come up in conversations, or the word is coming up in on the radio, or, something like that. It's definitely something that you'll keep noticing, and you'll be like, oh, okay, this person, is trying to contact me, or this is a sign that I'm trying to be contacted. Someone's trying to contact me about something that you're thinking about, or something that you're bothered about at that time. So I will start with, what is the topic that they want to talk to you about? So this is the 10th house. This is what they're trying to tell you. So they have an opinion on something regarding your career, the way that you appear to the world. They may have something to say about your reputation, perhaps, or what you're doing with your career, because it does kind of look to me like this is an issue with whether or not you should stay in a situation in your career. This could be like a turning point. You might have achieved a higher level of skill or ability with your workplace, or maybe you're thinking of just changing your career altogether. But with the death card here, it's like an inevitable ending that you are already aware of, and they want to talk about you ending this position, or ending this career, or you ending this kind of self-limiting thoughts, this worry and anxiety about your career. They want to discuss this with you. So let me move this out of the way so I can tell you what they want to tell you about this. Well, there we go. We have it. There's something better. You might be, let's see, growth. And then this is Mercury. So this is talking about communication. This is talking about speed. This is talking about, movement and the movement of information and communication and things like that. Mercury is also about learning as well. So for some of you, I think that they're saying that there's something else that you can learn to benefit you in your career, or whatever direction you are headed in. There is something available to you that you're not utilizing when it comes to education, or perhaps you aren't thinking about education, but perhaps you really should be. Because Mercury is here about that learning. And it's interesting because Mercury rules, third house is Gemini, and also Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So we're seeing some similarities here, but that could mean that you need a vocation. Like you need to go to vocational, like train for like a certificate or something like that. It could be, like an extended certificate for like a master's, like say you already have a master's degree, you need to get another certificate to supplement that. Or if you're looking to change your career, it might be saying that you should go towards a vocation like welding, or like an electrician, or nursing, or something like that, where you can go through one of those quicker programs, because there could be some insecurity in your job. I feel like this is Hugh here, perhaps, or this is saying that you might be kind of like eliminated by this person. And this isn't a prediction here. This is, something that you're already aware of. So I'm not saying you're going to get fired or anything like that. Don't get worried unless you already kind of see that there might be layoffs in the future. This might be saying you kind of need to nip this in the bud and kind of have a backup plan about whether or not you are where you're headed after this, or where you're headed after you've either evolved beyond this, because it looks like you've grown beyond this. It looks like you've outgrown, you're like a big, what is it called? Big fish in a small pond. You might be kind of, not being utilized to your full extent. So I think they're saying there is more out there. There is something better than what you have right now. So if you were thinking, oh, no, I don't want to leave. I don't want to go. I'm safe here. This is fine. They are saying that it's not going to hurt you to look. It's not going to hurt you to explore some other avenues. And that's what they're suggesting that you should do. So with that said, that was your reading, group 2. If you like this, please like, comment, subscribe. If you'd like a private reading with me, I have them starting at $10. You can get them in my Etsy shop, which is in my description box below. If you're new to psychic readings, you can give it a shot through Keen Psychics. My link for that is in the description box as well. That is 10 minutes for $1.99, which is really cheap. So if you're interested in that, you can click that link. Also, what else? Oh yeah, if you like my content and you want to keep me up and running and say you don't need to buy a reading, it does help me a lot for you to just simply subscribe to my channel and like my videos and comment on them too. Let me know what you think about this. I'm truly interested in your story, so believe me, like just tell me all about it. I want to see it. So anyway, I want to thank you for watching, and I'm going to move on to group 3. Hi, group 3. This is for those of you that have picked the rose quartz. So I just noticed that, because I had to read these while I was drawing them, right? I do notice that rose quartz correlates with this. This is a matter of the heart, I think, or matter of relationships or feelings. And when I just noticed that now, I don't know why I've never thought to correspond the things I pick, but yeah, that's probably something that you're dealing with. What the heck? You know what? I'll keep it. I had this sitting on top of another tarot deck as well, so I'm going to take this card because it's here. I think this could have to do with friendship then. Let's see. I'll put this over here, though. It was an intruder. So this is what you might be getting signs about. So this is how they want to notify you that they're trying to get a hold of you. So if you've seen some kind of weird paranormal activity in your house, they might be trying to talk to you. You may be seeing a lot of coffins. That's one thing to say. Sometimes the symbolism in these can be quite literal. If you keep hearing about the name of someone who's passed away over and over and over again, and they're not related, this might be a sign. Because I'm seeing repetition, and I'm seeing death. Which is funny because like all of the piles so far have been having sort of references like that. That's one thing. Another one is actually saying that if you have like a lot of boxes or things that might be, usually solid in one place, they might be traveling. So you might be noticing that things that you put down are not there permanently. They might be moving around the house and you don't really recall moving them. You might be thinking, oh, somebody else moved it. But it's kind of saying that there might be some odd little things that keep moving around. Now, for some of you, this could also be a box of something that you keep seeing. So this could be like a ring. This could be a box, that it's like you keep putting it down and you're putting it away and it keeps coming out and you keep seeing it. And you're like, why is that coming out? Well, I don't remember taking this out. This is talking about a box. This is also talking about closets and basements and things like that. So maybe you keep stacking some things up in one spot and you're noticing that it just keeps getting messed up. And you're like, what the heck is that? It's like poltergeist activity. What is this? This can also talk about like maybe a closet door keeps opening, or there's a box with some special things in it, or a door to some special place in your house that keeps opening up, and it's you're just not really sure why that's happening. Maybe you're a little bit spooked that it could be like a ghost or something. But this could literally just mean that there's some things going on in your house that they're trying to get your attention, but you might not be seeing it. Now, another thing I'm seeing is, you see the sheet on this coffin here? This could be saying there's something going on with your bed that might be happening. Like you might make the bed, but there's like a blanket on it that keeps getting like messed around with. Or someplace that somebody sleeps is being disturbed or something. I'm not seeing that your sleep is being disturbed, but I'm seeing this things in your house, material objects are like traveling around the house. Or this could also be that like things that are like, what else I just had a thought and I just lost it. Hang on. Or like things that you thought were hidden are coming back. Things that are hidden that are coming back around. So that's another thing is like if you have a secret and people keep talking about stuff that's kind of related to that, that's another thing. And you might feel a little bit like, oh my God, they know my secret. They keep talking about it. That's one thing as well. Because this talks about things that are buried that keep coming around. So, it could be literal items that are hiding. Anyway, let me move on from this. You guys take a look, though. If you see any imagery in this, Lenormand cards can be very literal at times. So if you see any of this imagery, from the spades to the number, this is number 8. Let me know if these resonate with you or if you've been seeing these and you haven't really known why. We also have crossroads. This is a city. It's just a crossroads. There's a woman here. She's I think the Queen of Diamonds. And the number on this is 22. So maybe these are relevant to you. So let's see here. So what do they want to talk to you about? So this is going to be highlighting what the topic of their concerns are, what they really want you to know about. And it has to do with the 7th house. We have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and then the moon. This is interesting because 7th house is friendships, your best one-on-one relationships. This can be with your roommate. This can be an actual marriage. This can be a boyfriend or girlfriend or whoever. It's your best, closest one-on-one relationships. For some people, this can be customers sometimes, but I really feel like this is a much more personal relationship, so I don't think it's customer-based. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. Like I'm seeing a situation that's very confusing with this card here and this card here. There's seeing it a certain way, but with the moon here, it's like we have truth and we have illusions. I believe that there's something going on in your life where you're like dead sure it is something, but it might be something else. Now, this could mean that you're in a relationship that you think is one way and it's not that way. This could mean that you think that, someone doesn't like you when they do, or that you like someone and you think they like you when they don't. It's kind of like that type of energy here. You have to apply it to your situation because it's going to be different for everybody. But we have love here. So we have this like new budding relationship. Perhaps there's a connection here that you're not entirely sure about. It might be very confusing, very vague, a little weird maybe. And you might not be, and it might be very intense too. So this, this doesn't have to be love. It could be a friendship. So if it's not like an intense chemistry that you're experiencing that's causing confusion, it could be that you are experiencing an intense connection with a person who could be your friend, but you don't trust them. That's what I'm seeing. So you might have a draw to someone, but you just don't feel like you could trust them. So let me pull some cards, or I already have them pulled. So what are they telling you to do about this? What do they want you to know about this? Because this is just a topic. This is what they want you to know about it. So we have the Sun. So this is talking about realizations. This is talking about asserting yourself as like far as your drive and your ego goes. It talks about illumination, and it talks about it says demonstration. What else does it say on here? It's about respect from others, but it's saying leadership too. So there's a bit of initiative that needs to be done here. And then we have look for a sign. Oops, sorry, let me move this up so you can see it. Look for a sign. You've got friendship, and it says, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. So it kind of looks like they're asking you to look for a sign with this person to determine whether or not they are trustworthy or a friend. Or this could be saying that a friend of yours is not who you think they are, and you need to take a look at that. You also have time apart. Some distance will help bring clarity. And I pulled this one because this is relationship based. It's saying that there is some kind of situation where there might be some time that you have to spend apart, or maybe you're currently separated. Things are not as you expect them to be. So it really could go either way. You're going to have to use your best judgment because everybody's different. This message is kind of like, it tries to cover what it can, but it looks like there's just a lot of questions around somebody that you have a deep care for, or you will have a deep care for, but you just need to, really look at the signs. This is like, look for a sign. It's telling you to look at the signs. So if it's something that is really ambiguous, and you're like dead sure this person's in love with you, and you're like, but it's so confusing. It might be saying that you need to take a second look at it because it's not what you think it is. If you are thinking this person hates you, or that it's like a horrible relationship, you need to take another look because it's not what you think it is. But you have to look at the actual whole picture, and you have to look at it from a very rational perspective. It's troubling to have this Ace of Cups and this Ace of Swords and stuff like that with the moon, because the moon is only shining light on the things that you want to see, maybe. So, and it leaves the rest of the space around it kind of concealed in the dark. So it's funny that you have the sun here and the moon here, because they're saying that you need to illuminate some aspect of this relationship. And if you're like, no, he totally is into me, I'm dead sure of it, but not really, this is saying that you might need that gentle shake to say, no, take a closer look. This person's not treating you the way that you should be treated, or the person is treating you in a way and you're just not listening to them. And that's kind of saying it's just this person that's in your life is not being seen for who they really are. And again, we got this Three of Cups that kind of just showed up on accident from a deck it was on top of. The Three of Cups is talking about friendships. Now, in the reverse, it can talk about trouble in friendships. And upright, it talks about positive friendships and new love and things like that. So this is definitely the theme. It has to do with people. Maybe you are in a group of 2 people, or you're in a group of 3, and one of them is like the odd man out. Maybe you're the odd man out, or maybe this is just a two-person situation. You're friends, but you're not really sure what the heck you're working with here. So that's what this is saying, is you need to take a closer look at this. This is saying that maybe you also need to take a step back, like actually get some time to yourself. You might be so closely with whoever this is that you are absorbing them. You might become them. So you may have like that type of relationship that is sort of like, I'm just thinking osmosis, where you're just kind of like, or parasitic or something, maybe they're on you or you're parasitic on them, or, this person could also be some kind of energy vampire. I mean, I say vampire, but it's not necessarily like, a real vampire or anything like that. But it's like somebody that's kind of sucking the life out of you with their neediness, or they're sucking the life out of you with their bad, news or something like that. Or you might be painting things in a way where you're just not seeing the full picture. So this is just really, this thing is your guides want to tell you to have awareness of the situation you're in right now. And you need to take some time out, step away, don't answer their text, don't talk to them. And you need to kind of like sort out what's what, because it looks like you might be kind of confused and not seeing the truth for what it is. So anyway, this was your reading group 3. If you would like a private reading with me, I have them starting at $10, and you can find those in my Etsy shop down in my description box. If you'd like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 8,000 subscribers this year, and I hope that you can help me out with that. Also, if you're interested in testing out a reading and you want to spend the least amount of money, you can do you can click on the Keen link below, and you'll get 10 minutes for $1.99, and they won't charge you any past that. You can just simply say, no, I don't want any more after this. So if that's something you're interested in, you can click there and give that a test. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'm going to move on to group 4. Hi, group 4. This is for those of you that have picked the hematite. I know that this stone is really good for grounding and the root chakra and things like that. It's to keep you, rooted down to earth, and it helps with feeling secure. So I'm trying to read the stones because I realized in the last deck the stone correlated with the actual pile. So I'm trying to think that how this one might. Let's see here. So let's start with how your guides might be trying to get a hold of you. So you will hopefully notice these things, but maybe not be aware that they mean anything. You might be hearing, together with these cards, we have snake and mice. I'm thinking you're hearing like scratching, or weird little noises, like scurrying or things like that. Maybe you're seeing mice. Maybe you're seeing snakes. Maybe you're noticing that your wires keep getting frayed for some reason, because I see these, snake can actually mean like a long thing, like hoses or in wires and ropes and things like that. In a very literal sense, you may be seeing some of these things. You may be noticing weird things going on in your kitchen, maybe. For some of you, like, because they can, like I was telling the last groups, this can be very literal. You might be noticing weird things going on with the food in your kitchen. You may be also, you might be seeing your food disappearing in your kitchen, perhaps. You might be seeing weird little bites out of your food. It might look like you have a mouse problem, but maybe you don't. Snake can also talk about like subversive things. So, looks like you might have some weird, things in your house that might, in your kitchen that might be affecting, might not be, how to put this? Oh my gosh. Things in your kitchen that might go missing. Another thing that you could see here is like maybe you're hearing somebody eat at night that's not there. Maybe some of you are smelling like food or pasta that nobody's making, but say like your grandmother used to make it, you smelling her food. There might be something along those lines. For some of you, this could literally mean that you're just repeatedly seeing pictures of snakes or mice, like more than one time in a day. We have snake here, and we have the Queen of Clubs. So any of this imagery that you see here, and you're like, hey, that looks familiar. I have been seeing a lot of snakes. Let me know down in the description box, because the signs are different for everyone. They communicate with you in a customized way. So it's hard to really pinpoint it in a general reading. So just take a look at this. If it's not the mice, maybe it's that jug. Maybe it's this food. This has the number 23 on it, and snake has the number 7. So maybe these are somehow relevant to you. These symbols might be showing up for some reason. What else? The names can sometimes come up in these as well. Although I don't know anybody who's named Mouse or unless it's like a nickname or something. And then snake, if there's anything to do with snakes. Maybe somebody was really into Harry Potter and liked the Slytherin, and that keeps showing up or something. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. This one's not particularly obvious to me, but I have a feeling it's going to have to do with a sound, perhaps. So like a shuffling or a moving. Because if you look at both of these creatures, they're low to the ground. So you might be seeing like little things scurrying around the ground. Maybe you even see ghost pets, like ghost cats and things. Interesting. So let me move on. So what they want to talk to you about that you're not picking up on is third house matters. So this talks about communications. This talks about learning. This talks about your community, your immediate neighborhood. It talks about transportation as well. So your planes and your trains and your automobiles and the general area that you live in, not really much farther. So, like 10 miles out from where you live. It's like the grocery store you go to, things like that. Really familiar things. It can talk about early education as well as certificate training and certificate and vocational training. So like trades, like nursing, electricians, that sort of thing. So what do they want you to know about? So I've got the Hermit. Well, this is what they'd want you to know about. This is what they want to talk to you about. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Hermit. Well, what does this say to me? It's a moment of quiet for you, I want to say. Maybe you're not talking to people. Maybe you are very closed off because you have the Hermit. The Hermit is by himself. He's thinking. He's alone thinking by himself. You might have an idea, though. Something new is coming up in your mind, and you should know what this is. If not, you can pick a different pile. But this is some kind of opportunity or some kind of new thing, something that might be offered to you, or an idea that you've come up with that you're thinking of offering to another person. This is what I'm seeing here with this Four of Cups. This can talk about like stagnant periods of time or offering things to people that they're not receiving or not ready to take. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here. So there's this new, and whatever it is, this thought is very valuable. It has a lot of potential behind it. So you might be kind of resting on this idea and not really doing anything with it yet. You might be afraid to tell people about it. It's kind of like, what is it called? Like is it brainchild or something? No, what? No, why am I saying that? Thinking like brain trust? I don't know what that is. Sorry, I keep hearing things. Not brainchild. What the hell is that? But yeah, it's like a little project of yours that you might be polishing up, maybe fine-tuning. A lot of you also might be wanting and desiring to go out and do things, but you might feel like you can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. So it's kind of like a combination of people who have to hold back for, COVID reasons, but also people who have to hold back because they don't feel ready, or there's a little bit of uncertainty. They need to sit and really think about what it is that they want to do with this potential. So let's see here. The next part is, what do they want you to know about it? So what they want you to know about it. Now, this is interesting. And I'm wondering if you're not doing anything out of fear of failure, but it says failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So maybe this isolation has to do with a mistake that you made, or maybe you are kind of keeping to yourself about this because you are afraid to fail. You're afraid to offer this new idea to somebody, or this new job, or this money, or this relationship, or whatever. You're offering something to them, and you're worried that they're going to shoot you down, or they're going to say the idea sucks, or no, I don't want to be part of this. I don't want to be involved. That's another thing as well. You also have the North Node. So the North Node is really interesting to come up here. And I actually forgot that this deck has the North Nodes in there as a planet. The North Node is it's like a point in your chart where stuff transits over it, and it kind of propels you forward towards the future. Now, the thing about the North Node is, whatever happens with the North Node, a lot of the times it could be good or bad, but it's also very uncomfortable regardless, because it's going into new territory that you're not really familiar with. So through some kind of discomfort, it changes you and propels you forward. So that's something about this. So you might be saying that if you're afraid of failure, you don't need to really ruminate on that, because whatever you're doing is going to be success or no, it's going to be pivotal to your purpose here on Earth, pivotal to what you do here. So for instance, to explain the North Node better, I ran into somebody that hit my North Node, and I started this channel. So this is what I do now. And I actually, I'm making money. This is a business. So that's kind of like an idea of what the North Node is. So somebody, a thing or a person or a planet outside of anybody is transiting or affecting your North Node and pushing you towards this new bright future. But the future is scary. You can't really see what's ahead. You also may not be ready. That's another thing. It's like it may be ahead, but and if you're not comfortable taking that first step just yet, that's okay. So if you're kind of stressing over deciding whether or not you should start this new venture, it's telling you that it's okay to wait here, because you have this card that literally just says wait. it's okay to give it a little bit more time. So if you're feeling rushed or pressured to figure this all out now, if you're losing sleep trying to figure it out all tonight, don't worry about it. This will come to you and make some sense at some point. I want to say also, if you feel like you have done something that failed, this is saying that it's uncomfortable, but the situation is going to transform you regardless of what happened. It will be better. You just need to wait. The things need to kind of change in order for the situation to improve. So just relax. Basically, the whole point of this pile is to tell you to relax. Try to do something to just take your mind off of it, or continue to work on it if it's something that you want to polish up and make your very best. This may be saying, hold off, it's not done yet. So that is your reading group for. If you like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want a private reading with me, I have readings starting at $10, very affordable. You can find my link to my Etsy shop down in the description box. And if you're interested in getting your first psychic reading with somebody, you can try my Keen link down below. It's an offer where you get 10 minutes for $1.99. After that, you don't have to worry about those people like charging you after that. You can say, no, my 10 minutes is up. Thanks for that. Bye. But it's a good idea if you're new to that sort of thing. You can kind of branch out to that, with very little, there's no loss really, $1.99 for 10 minutes, whatever. Anyway, that is your reading. So I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye now.